This week we learned about one of my favorite artists. His name is Chris Ofili. He's a British artist that now lives in a little tiny island country called Trinidad, which is all the way down here on the tip of South America. He was born here outside of London. That's where he grew up. Here's us over here in Pennsylvania. He's been around for a while and he's pretty popular. In class, we focused on two portraits that he made a little over 20 years ago. This first one is called Orgina. It's a portrait of a woman. You'll see she has a fancy headdress on, makeup, earrings, a fancy necklace, and clothing. The background has a lot of decoration and color, very floral pattern. When you see his paintings up close, you realize that the person is actually made up of little tiny dots of paint. So it must have taken him a very long time to lay all these down. Her entire face is made out of them as well. You can see it in her eyelids. Also notice how there's a thin black line that sort of outlines different features of her face. It sort of kind of flattens the image a little bit. It's less realistic and a little bit more flat and cartoonish. Here's another portrait that he made in the same time period. It's called No Woman, No Cry. Also made with the same method. Her skin and hair and her whole entire body is made up of these little tiny points of color. In real life, it's a very big painting as well. Usually his paintings will rest on the floor and lean against the wall, as you see here. It's probably about 10 feet tall, this portrait, as well as Orgina, the first one. When you see them side by side, they appear to be, they're similar, but they're also very different. Orgina has this colorful background, fancy clothing. No Woman, No Cry has a completely different feel to it. There is less color. She's crying. With the name of the title is No Woman, No Cry. Her clothes are less fancy, more simple. Her eyelids are closed. She's facing sideways. There's a lot of little differences in this portrait compared to the first one, and both made by Chris Ofili. So we talked about that in class, about how, same artist, two portraits, but two completely different feelings when you look at both of these, based on the decoration included in the background, the clothing, the facial expression, the way that they're posed. You get two very different feelings from it.